Hey guys, outdoor prepper. For years, I carried everything in my pockets. My phone, my knife, my charger, my cash, my keys, my flashlight. And it worked until it didn't. It became uncomfortable. Everything would fall out of my pockets when I would sit down. I never knew where anything was. And so I changed that. I got this waist pack. And let me tell you, this makes carrying my EDC items so much easier. And it's going to make your lives so much easier as well. Because pockets work until they don't. This is not a survival kit. This is not tactical, although I do think my patch looks pretty cool. But what this is items that I carry every day on my person that are better suited for being in a waist pack from an EDC standpoint, because you can very quickly access different things. You can know where they are. Your hands can be more free. Your pockets can be more free. And if I'm traveling somewhere and maybe I have a larger bag with me, I can just take this and throw it in the larger bag and still have all my items exactly where I need them to be. The biggest difference with the waist pack is it stays on me when I leave the car, when I leave the house, when I run into the store. Basically, I've always got my essential EDC items on my person at all times. And then when I get home, I can take it off, I can throw it on the counter, I can throw it on the couch, but I know my EDC items are with me all the time, even if I don't have my large pack with me. Now we're gonna open this up in just a moment and go through everything that I carry in here and why you might wanna consider a lot of these items. But the goal of this is to be prepared for a lot of things that can be solved with small items and to not let a small problem turn into a large problem by not having something very critical. Now this pack is from Roaring Fire. I bought it online. It's about $45, and what I like about it is it's got Velcro spots for morale patches. It's got multiple pockets. I actually really like the color. The price obviously is perfect, and it's got RFID protection. The other thing that I like is that it really does keep its shape. It doesn't kind of fall apart when you're not wearing it and when it's not full. It's got a nice little CCW pocket in the back if you want to put such an item there. I actually keep my cell phone here usually. On the front, what I keep in here is I keep a little cash, I keep my keys, and that's basically what I keep in the front. But the other thing I want to mention about this Roaring Fire pack is they actually make a second one, which I might pick up, because this is a very nice nylon material, and I actually like this color a lot. It kind of goes with my car and things that I prefer color-wise. But they make a waxed canvas version of this bag, which is like a very thick brown waxed canvas, and it just looks really, really sharp. And I'm thinking about picking that one up as well. I'll post a link to this bag. I'm going to post a link to everything that you're going to see in this bag today in the description, along with the item, the price. That way, if you're interested in any of these individual items, you know where I got them. Now, it took me quite a while to figure out what bag I wanted because there's 50 million items out there. But I started looking around. Roaring Fire actually had the best price, it had the best color, and it was, for me, the best size because I didn't want something overly large. This can be kind of concealed under my shirt if I need to. I can wear this as a sling if I need to, but I actually prefer this as the waist pack. So jumping right into the inside of the bag, you're going to see kind of how I have it laid out. We have another zipper pocket back here. Kind of on the front, we've got organization where you can shove stuff in. It's got an elastic line in here, and that's basically it. It's a very large pocket that you can put a lot of stuff in, which is what I prefer personally. Now let's just pull the items out and talk about why I'm carrying what I'm carrying. And there's actually an item in here that I think you're really going to like, and Anker was kind enough to send it to me. Now the first item I'm going to pull out of the kit, which is something I always want on my person, is a flashlight. And for the flashlight, what I have here is the Woobin X3. I've actually grown to really like the Woobin lights. I like that you can turn the head into different directions. I like that it has a clip on it, so I can clip this on my belt, I can clip this on a hat or a visor, I can clip it on my front shirt pocket, and I can adjust the head of the light to look forward. It's got a white light, it's got a red light, and it's wireless rechargeable. I can actually take this when I get home, dump it right back into its charger. I'm going to show you right here. And it's just going to start charging right away. And I'm just going to show you here, it's got a very nice little screen which will show you the lumens. You can go from 1 to 50 to 150. You can strobe, and you can get to the high output, which is 700. It then also has a red light. So I really do like the Woobin X3. I actually really like this color a lot. And like I said, I like that it has a charging cradle, so when I come home, I can just take this. If I've been using it a lot, I could drop it in the cradle. Next up, and probably most importantly in an EDC pack like this that I'm carrying on my person, is going to be some ability to charge my phone. And that's where I have two products, one of which is really, really cool, and they're both from my favorite brand, which is Anker. And the first one I carry is the Nano charger. This is a wireless magnetic charger, and basically what I can do with this, it's so thin, I can keep it in the bag, and if I'm somewhere where there is not an outlet and I just have to get a charge on my phone, maybe I'm on foot, trying to get out of a bad situation, I can take this, I can place it on a table or anywhere, I can put my phone on it magnetically. It will connect to the phone and charge the phone. Also, if I do need to plug it in, I have a USB-C port right here on the charger, and I can plug a cable in directly to my phone. So again, I'm going to post a link to all this just in case you guys are interested. Okay, the next item is from my absolute favorite brand again, and that's Anker. This is the Anker Smart Display Charger. It's actually a brand new charger from Anker. They sent it to me to basically give them some feedback on it, and I absolutely love this charger. The first thing you're going to notice, and we're going to plug this in so you can actually see it work in just a second, is the prongs can fold in multiple different directions. So depending on how you want to plug this charger in, because it's actually really cool to see the screen, you can adjust the prongs to the direction that fits your viewing ability. Okay, now this is the Anker Smart Display Charger, and it's the first smart display charger with instant device recognition and adaptive charging. So basically what Anker is doing here is they're allowing this device to basically identify the phone or what's plugged into it, and it can charge it accordingly based on what that device is. Now I love this because first of all, I love the graphics that are on the screen. I like that the prongs can go in multiple different directions. This actually comes in multiple different colors, including a really cool orange color. I happen to like white, and all the Anker chargers I own are white. Actually, I do have a blue one. But let's do this. I'm going to take my phone, and I'm going to plug my phone in right now. That way we can see what happens on the charger's display. So I've just plugged in my iPhone, and look at that. It says charging iPhone 15. It shows that my phone is at 58%, which is really cool because if the phone is maybe on a floor, on a desk somewhere, but this charger is right near you, you can look at it quickly and say, oh, okay, my phone is X amount charged. It shows you that you're getting 13 watts into the phone, and that can adjust accordingly. As you can see, it's going up. This is a 45 watt charger, so it is powerful and can do a lot, but it is very, very small. Let me just get a tape measure just to show you how small this is. It's basically the Nano, so it's 1.5 inches. And then you can touch this button, it'll show you the temperature, it will show you auto or care mode. You can adjust that. In care mode, basically when you're charging at night, it will keep it lower, it will charge at a slower speed, keep the battery cooler, and all of those things basically help to prolong battery life on your device that it's charging. So the Anker Smart Display Charger is actually a very cool unit, and like I said, I keep this in my bag because if I need to charge my phone, maybe I'm on the train, maybe I'm at the office, maybe I'm at a friend's house, and I forgot a charger, I've always got a cable, I've always got a charger with me, as long as there's power. If there's not power, then I revert to the other Anker charger, which is the wireless battery bank, but this Nano is my favorite because it is a much higher charging speed. It's just a really cool unit, and I love the display. And one last thing I should mention is you can basically get up to 50% charge on your cell phone in about 20 minutes with this Anker Smart Display Charger. Now, the next thing I like to keep in this EDC kit, obviously, is a pair of AirPods. I commute in the city, I have to take a train every day. These are great for conference calls. They're just a solid device, even for phone calls. And they fit very well in this Roaring Fire waist pack. They take up no space in there, but for me, that is a definite EDC item. The next item, and I'm gonna get a lot of questions as to why I carry this, but this is basically a Rescue Me window breaking tool. And you're gonna say, well, you're taking a train, you're commuting, you might just carry this everywhere you go, even if you're on foot. Why are you carrying something like this? Now, the logical person would say, well, I carry this because if I'm in the car and I get in an accident and I have to break a window, this is how I get out. But this has a lot of other uses outside of you being in a car and being in an accident. Let's say you're walking along, you're in a parking lot, and there's a hot dog stuck in a car or a child stuck in a hot car. People struggle because they don't know how to break a window, and when they do eventually break the window, they might injure the occupant that they're trying to save. So something like this could very easily allow you to break a car window to get into the car to save a child or a dog that somebody left in a car in the summer with the windows rolled up. This also has other uses. Let's say you're trying to get out of a store, you're in some type of dwelling and there's an emergency and your main means of egress is blocked. You can use this to try to break a window to get out. Next item in the bag, I always keep some field notes, a nice notebook, and I keep a nice pen. Now this is a pressurized pen. that I keep. I obviously like the color orange, as you can tell, because this matches the field notes. This is made by a company called AirPress. It's basically just a pressurized orange pen. I like it a lot. It writes really well on the field notes. And you're gonna say, well, I have a phone. Why do I need to carry a pen and paper? That's a good question. But let's say you get in an accident. So you see somebody get in an accident with the car and you need to write something down quickly. Maybe your phone isn't charged, or you've lost the phone, or it's broken. You can write things down. You can leave a note for somebody. It's very, very useful to have a pen and some paper. These items are really small. They take up no space at all. And it's easy to write on these field notes even when the paper is wet, and especially with a pressurized pen. No EDC kit would be complete without some type of knife. I don't want anything super expensive on me, but I do want something that is going to cut, that is going to allow me to use this as a tool if I need to, and that brings me to this Civivi Yonder. I picked this up because it was not expensive, but it's actually a really, really cool knife. I love the texture here. I love the blade. I like that it's got some serrations on top here. I like that there's a sliding lock right here that I can pull to release this, and when it opens, you can hear that it clicks right in and locks. Let me see if I have a piece of scrap paper, and we can actually see this cut something. Cuts very, very smooth. No issues at all with this knife. This is not a $300 Benchmade knife, and you know what? I don't want a $300 Benchmade knife. I want a knife that's going to cost me roughly $60. That's a really cool knife. It's got a very nice pocket clip, a very nice lock, a very nice blade. It's very sharp. This can easily be sharpened. Guys, look, if you're out hunting and you need a knife to live, then yeah, get something different. But for an EDC pack, for everyday use that you're going to cut a package open, cut a piece of cord, cut something, cut a piece of plastic open, this is going to be an excellent, excellent knife, and something that I really recommend you keep in your EDC kit. I'm going to link to this knife as well. Like I promised, I'm going to link all the items, but I don't think the camera accurately shows this. This is a really nice dark green. It's just a really, really nice knife. Very happy that I picked this up. Again, I got this on Amazon. Basically got all of these items, including the pack itself, on Amazon. And finally, the last item that I keep is my wallet. I keep that in there as well. My wallet is also RFID protected, but I have an RFID protection in the Roaring Fire waist pack, so I've basically double protected, which I like because, let's be honest, everybody is trying to steal everything from everyone. Guys, none of these items are expensive and none of them are extreme. And in fact, most folks probably already own many, if not all of these items, but they're scattered all over the place. So when you go out with your family or you're just running to do a quick errand and you look at the phone and you realize, oh gosh, the phone is almost dead. Or you arrive somewhere and you need some cash and you're like, oh, I forgot my cash at home. Or you encounter an emergency and you can't break a window easily. Or you need to cut something and you realize that you left your knife in your other jacket pocket. Having all of these items together really, really helps you make sure that a small problem does not become a large problem. Now, obviously, there's more items you can keep in your emergency EDC pack that's going to be on your person, and I'm probably going to add some more items to this pack as I continue going about my day and I realize that there's more things that I might want on my person. Guys, I'm going to link to all of these items in the description if you're interested in any of the chargers, the flashlight, the field notes, the pen, especially the pack itself. You know, another item, I wear glasses, so I'm probably going to throw an eyeglass cleaner into this bag as well. I might even throw in a pair of sunglasses. But again, having this bag, having it on my person is very comforting because I know I can charge my phone if I'm at someone's house. I can charge my phone if I'm on the go. I have a knife to cut something. I have paper. I have a pen. I have some money. I have my keys. I have a flashlight. I've got a window breaker. It just gives me so many options that I would probably shove in my pockets. But quite frankly, if you put all this stuff in your pockets, you're going to look kind of ridiculous. So having an EDC bag, very, very important. You don't need a tactical cool patch on it, although I think the Outdoor Prepper patch, like I said, looks pretty cool. If anybody's interested in an Outdoor Prepper patch, maybe I'll make them and sell some or give them away, but we'll see. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. I will see you on the next one.